Have you ever been betrayed so deeply that it left you questioning everything? Not just hurt, but shattered. You gave someone your trust, your love, maybe even pieces of your soul, and they used it against you. They smiled in your face while secretly cutting you down behind your back. And when you finally realized what they'd done, the pain was almost unbearable. If that's you, stay with me until the very end of this video, because what I'm about to reveal, Carl Jung's truth about betrayal, will completely change the way you see what happened to you. And by the end, you'll understand not only why they hurt you, but also the one response that takes back your power forever. Carl Jung, one of the greatest minds in psychology, discovered something disturbing about human nature. He said that when people hurt you on purpose, it's never just random cruelty. It isn't a slip or an accident. No, something much darker has already happened inside them. A part of their psychology, what Jung called the shadow, has taken over. And here's what that means. To do real, deliberate harm, they first strip away your humanity in their mind. You're no longer seen as a person worthy of love or respect. You become an object, a problem, an obstacle to remove. Jung explained that the mind cannot carry out cruelty without first creating a story to justify it. The shadow doesn't just lash out blindly. It whispers lies. You're weak. You asked for this. You deserve it. This is why Jung warned that contempt is one of the most dangerous emotions. Contempt doesn't just create distance. It gives people moral permission to be cruel. Once they reach that place, hurting you doesn't feel optional. It feels necessary. And here's the chilling part. These stories are not formed in the heat of the moment. They are carefully built long before the attack happens. But Jung also warned, the shadow rarely shows itself openly. It wears masks. The person who's plotting against you might still smile when they see you. They might pretend to care. They might even offer what looks like help. But behind the mask, their shadow is working. That's why Jung taught, watch actions, not words. Someone can speak gently while secretly spreading lies about you. They can act concerned while quietly planting doubt about your character. The truth always reveals itself in the pattern, not the performance. Jung also said, the shadow's most dangerous weapon is manipulation, and manipulation requires what he called instrumental thinking. That's when someone stops seeing you as human and starts seeing you as a tool. But here's what makes it terrifying. Manipulators don't just lie. They study you. They use what Jung called projection. They watch your weaknesses, not to help you, but to weaponize them. They gather information. What do you value most? What makes you feel secure? What scares you? And then they use it against you. It usually starts small, tiny lies, subtle distortions, small tests to see if you'll push back. If you don't resist, they go deeper. Bit by bit, they erode your trust in yourself. They make you doubt your memory, your judgment, and your very sense of reality. Think of it this way. Let's say someone is always late, and when you bring it up, they act shocked. Oh, I thought you said another time. At first, you brush it off, but after it happens again and again, you start asking yourself, am I the one remembering wrong? Jung said this isn't a mistake. This is the shadow bending your reality so it can control you. But Jung discovered something even more terrifying. When people want to destroy you, they don't strike at random. They target what he called your core complexes. These are the deepest parts of you, your values, your relationships, and the dreams that define who you are. They go straight for what matters most. If loyalty defines you, they betray you. If honesty is your foundation, they lie so convincingly that you start doubting your own truth. If your reputation is your pride, they work carefully to ruin it piece by piece. And Jung said, only people with close access can do this kind of damage. He called it privileged destruction, when intimacy itself becomes a weapon. And here's the cruelest part. The damage doesn't end with the first wound. Jung noticed that after they've hurt you, malicious people often move into what he called reality manipulation. First, they break you. Then, they twist your perception of what happened. They make you feel guilty for even noticing. This is gaslighting. And Jung was clear. It is not sloppy. It is warfare. You start to back down. You doubt your anger. You wonder if you're too sensitive. You even question your sanity. And that's exactly what the shadow wants. But Jung also noticed something strange. Toxic people often come back when you begin to heal. Why? Because your healing threatens their entire story about you. When you rise, you prove that their attack failed, and nothing scares the shadow more than seeing you rebuild yourself. So, they return pretending they've changed, showing fake concern, offering reconciliation. But Jung warned, these are not genuine attempts to repair. They are tactics to reopen the wound and reassert control. So, what do you do? Jung's answer is simple but powerful. The answer is not revenge. It's what he called a conscious response. When you respond with calm, clarity, and truth, not explosive anger, you break the cycle. You refuse to become what hurt you. Because truth doesn't need drama. Truth lingers. Lies collapse. A calm response, grounded in reality, is stronger than any storm of anger. And here's the final lesson. When someone deliberately harms you through contempt, manipulation, and gaslighting, it is nothing less than war against your spirit. But hear me clearly. No betrayal can erase your worth. No hatred can erase your value. You may feel broken, but you are not destroyed. You can heal. You can choose clarity over chaos. You can rise without becoming the very thing that hurt you. This is what Jung called the quiet victory. A victory so powerful, so complete, that your enemies don't even realize they've already lost. So, remember this. The shadow may try to destroy, but truth, your truth, will always outlast it. And the greatest act of strength is not to mirror the darkness, but to stand firmly in the light of who you are. If this message spoke to something deep inside you, don't keep it to yourself. Like, share, and subscribe, not just for more content, but to join a growing space where truth, healing, and self-discovery matter. This is Psyche Thera, and your journey is just beginning.